told ya, I'm a star. You see the ice, you see the cars, flashing lights everywhere we go.
This is the true story. The true story.
Nine friends and family came together to create the crew.
I run it.
Jeffrey, Lindsay, Ola, Matthew, Andrell, Chris, Brittany, Angela, and Christina have been together for over 4 years and are now disbanded. But who were they before they were the crew?
Little Jeffrey was born August the 5th, 1989. He was a happy head.
Almost 3 years later, Lindsay comes along.
Lindsay was born on 7/11 in 1992.
Oh, she was so sweet.
Except when she got married with Jeffrey, he bit him.
Me and Lindsay was always together. We did just about everything on big family trips. We was always there together.
We were together all the time. We played together all the time. I saw pictures of him standing in front of my crib, so we've basically been together ever since I was born.
Jeffrey would later find out that he has a brother and a sister.
Chris, when he was born, he was a sweet little boy. And Brittany, I saw her, I guess the first time I saw her, she was maybe about 3 years old.
Jeffrey's father packed up and moved his wife and his 3 kids to Florida. A few months later, the family split up and Jeffrey and his father moved back to Maryland.
I went from Florida. I believe he moved to Virginia, Newport News.
While Chris and Brittany were constantly on the move, Jeffrey would soon meet up with Ola.
The first time I met Jeffrey, I went to his house for a party.
She was about 4 years old and Jeffrey was about 6 years old.
And this is a child's party. Everybody is playing around in trees and everything. And I come in here with this big yellow dress, some little frilly socks, some little dress shoes.
Ola met Matthew a few years before she met Jeffrey. She and Matthew would soon become best friends.
I met Matthew from Grandma. Grandma took me over to Matthew's house, which was next door. And she was like, I have a granddaughter and I want her to meet your son. And so we started playing.
I met Matthew a little while after I met Ola.
When I first met Ola, I met Matthew a little while after, and I don't know, I guess I thought he was cute then.
I remember Matthew like Lynn, and you know, they had their little brief liking of each other.
Lynn might have liked Matthew, but when Jeffrey's sister Andrell saw him, she was obsessed.
Oh my gosh, Andrell was freaking obsessed.
Andrell, every time I would see her, she would always talk about Matthew.
She wanted to shake her boobs all at him and shake her butt at him. It was just like, you want to be his own personal stripper video girl. It's not cute. I think everybody liked Matthew at one point. Even the guys. It's like, no. Well, Sean did.
During a night at Ola's, there was an altercation between her and Lindsay.
Me, Ola, and Jeffrey were downstairs in her basement. I guess we were playing tag or hide and seek or something.
And it was just total silence in an empty room.
And something happened and we just started having a slap fest, me and Ola.
And it was just smack, smack. And every time you hear one smack, it would just go, and it was just, and, you know, we started being friends after that. Like, nothing happened.
Lindsay moved from Maryland to North Carolina during her younger years.
I moved to North Carolina when I was 9.
Ola also briefly moved away.
The big move to Gaithersburg was really stupid. Because I had to be with all these Spanish people and I just couldn't fit in there. I'm just like, I can't stay here for much longer. I had to go back to Perrywood.
That's when I became good friends with Matthew while she was gone and what.
It was a cute little era of theirs. Matthew and Jeffrey was best friends and they had their little inside Largo jokes and their inside band jokes that I didn't want to hear, so I didn't know nothing about it.
Then, Andrell moved to South Carolina.
I moved to South Carolina, I guess, in 6th grade. It was what, 2006 4, 3, I think.
Well, I wasn't really that close to Angela when she moved, so I didn't really feel that sad or anything. I just knew she was going to turn into a country girl.
I met Angela Jackson in elementary school in Perrywood.
I met Ola in elementary school. She was cool beans.
She was so cute, little Spanish girl. I thought she was with her long hair.
When I first met Angela, I was a little infatuated with her.
But they were awkward because they always wanted to flirt when everybody was there. I think they just wanted to be the power couple or something.
Jeffrey is my friend. There is no sudden attraction.
Then, in middle school, Ola met Christina Mole.
I met Christina on the bus. I met her on the bus. It was about five years ago. She's such a happy-go-lucky girl. There's one morning in particular, I got on the bus. I remember seeing her on the bus that day. And I said, I'm going to touch this child's life. So I sat next to her. And I'm all chilling out and laid back. And she comes and says, can I sit by you? And that's when it started. Yeah, like that.
Chris and Brittany finally returned to Maryland with most of the crew members.
I was really happy because we didn't get to spend a lot of time with them when, like me and Jeffrey, when we were kids and we were very young, like babies growing up together. We didn't get to be with them like that.
The crew had a run-in with the lady down the street.
I was such a freaking wimp. Oh my god.
We were walking one day and all of a sudden this lady comes up talking about, you kids kicked the box in my yard last week or a few days ago or something, which we didn't.
So she got out and she was talking to us and we got mad. And she was like, I got my mace and I'm a cop and all this stuff.
And I was like, no, I can't go to jail.
So we was like, man, whatever. So we walked on home.
And then I went home. I heard there was a fight.
We was all upstairs in the purple room playing Monopoly.
You know, all having a good time. It was my lucky day, I guess, you know, I was winning.
And I rolled and I moved, and Chris told me that I was supposed to be on one spot when I knew I was supposed to be on another spot.
You know, about all this property. She got mad. She said something like, if you get one more piece of land or something, I'm going to hit you or something like that. And I was like, okay, whatever.
So I got really upset, and I don't know how, but I ended up slapping him. He said, do it again. So I slapped him again.
Set me off, man.
And then we just started fighting. And then Mama Jean came in, and she was like, don't hit her and all of that, talking to Chris. And then I went to school the next few days, and I had a busted lip.
I got the last punch.
During high school, Jeffrey went out with a girl who wasn't very favorable with the rest of the crew.
Can you talk about this?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Ew! Jeffrey went out with Amber. It was disgusting.
When I found that out, I said, you know, that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. That disgusted me. Like, I was so appalled. You look at Jeffrey, and then you look at Amber.
I don't know how I found out about it, but I didn't like Amber already, because Amber called my mother a 7-Eleven beef.
I thought Jeffrey was just going to hit it, quit it, and, you know, call it a day. Which I hope he did.
Me and Amber had been friends for a long time, and she was always fun to be around. So we just started going out.
But she's ugly. I hope she sees this. Amber Latin, you're ugly. Thank you.
Ew.
In May of 2007, Jeffrey, Lindsay, Ola, Chris, and Brittany attended their family reunion.
Oh, that was fun. The family reunion of 07 was BET and KFC.
That was like the best.
A lot of people that don't never come to the family reunion showed up because we was going to be on TV.
There was like this big dance. We didn't go to the formal dinner, but there was this big dance at the end, and we went, and I had a lot of fun dancing and showing off my moves.
But then, something shocking happened.
Chris got in a fight with his father in the front yard, in Mama Jean's front yard.
I remember Jeffrey had called me to tell me as soon as Chris and Brittany got home, they got in a whole, Chris and Jeffrey's dad had got into a whole big fight.
Jeffrey and Brittany were just standing there watching. That's really funny, and I wish I would have seen it because I just can't imagine it.
And they was fist fighting and everything, and it was kind of sad to hear.